Welcome back to yet another cinematic gameplay. Not short, I don't even know what to call it nowadays, but you know what? If it's short, I'm gonna call it short in the title. If it's not short, then it's gonna be full-on gameplay. Today, we're doing full-on gameplay because I want to reach the boss in Chapter 1. So, spoilers up ahead. If you do not want to be spoiled by the campaign, make sure that you know I'm giving you a little premise that I am going through the Long Hunt campaign. I am also going through Chapter 2 because I want to get to the boss. Well then, let's go ahead and get started with Bloodborne, shall we? Here we are in the city of Yharnam. You are a hunter trying to investigate what the flip is going on in this infestatious city. Everyone is turning into a scourge, beast, zombie, who knows what they're turning into. There are good people, but there are also survivors in the city. It is our job to solve missions and investigate what exactly is going on in the city of Yharnam. Now, a couple of things before we start gameplay. I need to explain to you the premise of what's going on here. Now, I have done a complete tutorial for Bloodborne that's going to be out on the Dice Tower in about a week and a half or so. But here's a quick overview of how the game works. Again, we are starting with Chapter 2, The Long Hunt. So in case you don't want to be spoiled, we're about to dive right into it. So first off, here is the main map, and every map is going to be different depending on what mission you're going on. So since we are on Chapter 2, The Long Hunt, it's going to require a bunch of things to be set up as dictated by this card shown here. Right now, there's only one monster on the board, which is the Hunter's Mob because of this red symbol here. So this is the Hunter's Mob minion. Take a look at that. Look at those insane details. So this is located in the graveyard. We have our main hunter in the central lamp. We're always going to start off here. Even when we die and we get sent to this place called the Hunter's Dream, we're always going to return back here in the central lamp. On the right side, shifting over here on this side, this is the hunt board. So this right here is the hunt board. We have our enemies listed up top. These symbols up top will tell you where to place these minions, and they are random and they also are two-sided. So this is the side that we're playing with today. On the very bottom, we have upgrades that we can achieve depending on how many monsters that we kill. We can exchange them for different resources and coins. And in the bottom left corner, this is our most important card because this is going to tell us exactly what we're doing and what's happening in this current story. This Hunter's Track is the current time of the game. So this is how many rounds that you have until you reach the very end in which you need to complete the mission. If not, we are going to fail this current campaign. Moving on over to the bottom right side of the board. I know I can't fit everything in frame, so I'm just gonna show you what's important and what's relevant as we go along. But the bottom right here is the Hunter dashboard. I am playing with the Saw Cleaver Hunter. Here's a closer look at the miniature. Now with the Saw Cleaver Hunter, I have 6 health. Every single hunter always starts out with 6 health. Blood Echo is going to be the currency for you to upgrade different gear. Top right corner is the Hunter Pistol, so this is the firearm that I start with. And in the bottom here is your combat abilities. So this is actually called your trick weapon dashboard. They're going to be transformed back and forth throughout battle, and you'll see how that works when we get straight into it. Lastly, since we are on Chapter 2, I do have some consumables and some runes that I carried over from Chapter 1. Here they are. I have the Bloodstone Shard. This one's gonna allow me to upgrade my attack. I have the Blood Rapture. On kill, I can draw 1 and heal 1. Number 3 is when you are slain, keep 1 Blood Echo. Number 4 is the Claw Mark. This one on attack, I get to replace my card's effect with 1 extra damage and stagger. So stagger is going to cancel out the enemy's attack. Now those 4 are runes, which means they are reusable. The other 4 are consumable, so they are one-time use items. We have Pebble, so during my turn, I can move 1 enemy within 2 spaces, up to 2 spaces. I have the Pungent Blood Cocktail. 1 non-boss enemy within 2 spaces does not activate, so it won't travel towards me. The Antidote, get to draw 1 card and remove 1 poison token. And the last one is the Numbing Mist, where I get to cancel out an enemy's effects from their attack. All of my resources are here on the left side. I'll pull them in as they are relevant. And now let's begin the hunt mission. We have taken the first steps towards cleansing central Yharnam of the Scourge infestation, but our efforts have not gone unnoticed. These beasts have fled deeper into the district and some seek to avoid us. Perhaps some bait can be used to lure them out. During their turn, hunters may discard 1 consumable item to spawn 1 Scourge beast. So my mission here is to get to the graveyard, discard some consumables, and then fight those Scourge beasts to gain 2 of those tokens mentioned on the card, the corpse tokens. Once 2 tokens have been retrieved, we're done. It's as simple as that. So first turn, I'm gonna draw 3 cards, and here is my starting hand. Now I'm gonna start off by going straight for the main mission. So I'm gonna discard this card here, and then I'm gonna move 2 spaces. So 1 and 2. I land in the graveyard, and then I'm gonna go straight for attacking the Hunter's Mob. Let's do a rallying attack. So I'm gonna slot this into my Hunter dashboard. Now the Hunter's Mob has 4 HP, so I'm gonna go straight for the 3 damage one and try to take him out in one go. So this is how combat works. You play a card straight into your dashboard. Secondly, the enemy action card is going to be flipped up. In this case, it is a basic attack. So their basic attack is an axe swing at medium speed, shown here with the 2 arrows. Causes 2 damage, and it's also at medium speed. And you know what? I'm just gonna take the hit because my card allows me to heal 2 damage, and I'm already at full health, so who cares? So now we are resolving battle. I take 2 damage, and then in turn, they're gonna take 4 damage. So that automatically takes out the Hunter's Mob. After my attack, I heal 2, so I get those 2 health tokens back. And because I defeated the Hunter's Mob, I gain a Blood Echo. So this one goes straight into my Hunter dashboard over here. So these are gonna allow me to get stronger and stronger. So this is my currency for upgrading my weapons. I'm gonna keep that there. And I still have 1 more card left to play. So I'm going to discard this card in order for me to interact with the consumable token in the graveyard. So I'm gonna exchange this out for a consumable card. Bam! We have the Beast Blood Pellet. During my turn, I can clear 1 attack slot, so that might come in handy later on. And the turn is over, so this track moves up 1, and then I draw 3 more cards and start again. Now begins turn 2. So I'm gonna start off by discarding a consumable in order for me to spawn a Scourge Beast according to my mission. So this gets discarded, and I summon a Scourge Beast right onto my space. And now we need to take out this Scourge Beast. So I'm gonna go straight for my medium attack and put my rallying up here. Now this attack is slash, it's at medium speed. Also, it's gonna get a little boost here, so it's gonna cause 3 damage. Then I flip over the enemy action and they do an ability, of course. So in this case, the Scourge Beast's ability is flip another enemy action. Scourge Beast next attack gains +1 damage and stagger. Hopefully I don't flip over a special because that is gonna hurt a lot. Oh my god, I swear, my luck every time. Here is a special ability that I just asked not to want. So there's my special ability, or there's the Scourge Beast special ability. So now their combo slash attack is gonna take 2 damage plus here is gonna be 3 damage, and even if an attack is dodged or staggered, the hunter must dodge or suffer 2 additional damage. So that could be 5 damage. I could be down to 1 HP if I don't have anything to dodge. Luckily, I do have 1 card to dodge here. I'm gonna play this dodge card right away because it goes, I can play a card and then they play an action and then I can respond with a dodge. So that's the process of how battle works. So I'm gonna play this dodge card, which also is gonna cause stagger, and I clear the slot. So this gets removed right away. That way I have room to play another attack. Now this is also at a fastest speed, so I'm gonna go first. So the wording of this card is a little funky. I'm assuming that I would need to dodge twice. So I'm gonna dodge the very first part, which is gonna cause 2 damage. And I'm also going to dodge that one too. So I'm gonna avoid 3 damage total. And instead, I'm gonna stagger the enemy first. So in turn, I think the Scourge Beast stagger gets canceled out since I staggered them first. Now I think my stagger is gonna cancel out their stagger. That's what's tricky about this game. It's all about like timing and how those timing works in different phases as you're battling. So I avoid 3 damage from the Scourge Beast, but their special ability says 2 additional damage, but I'm gonna heal after mine anyway, so those kind of cancel each other out. And then the Scourge Beast takes 3 damage from my attack. So I'm gonna take the health point over here, put it right on the Scourge Beast. And then I'm gonna attack again with Cheap Shot. If an enemy in your space uses an ability, discard from hand, deal them 2 damage. Now that doesn't come into effect, so I'm just gonna go straight for the Cheap Shot. They roll an enemy action, or they flip over an enemy action card, which is going to be a basic. Now, since we have the same speed, I'm gonna take 2 damage from the Scourge Beast. So here are my 2 health tokens removed. And in turn, the Scourge Beast has now been slain. Now that means I gain a corpse token, and this I can put straight onto the mission card. So now I need 1 more Scourge Beast to be slain in order for me to complete this mission. So now my turn's over. Hunt track advances 1 space. We're now on turn 3. Oh, I forgot as well to also add in a Blood Echo for my last Scourge Beast, but the reason why I dodged that card is because now I need to transform my trick weapons. Oh, I also realized that I forgot on kill, draw 1 and heal 1. So I totally forgot to activate that ability, but I'm gonna activate it now for the Scourge Beast. So I'm gonna gain 1 health back. And cards will get discarded at the end of the turn anyway, so we'll ignore that. And flip this around. Now, my new ability is attacks with stagger also deal 1 extra damage. I am going to get rid of this consumable, the Blood Cocktail, in order for me to summon yet another Scourge Beast. Summoning yet another Scourge Beast into my space, and then we attack. Now I'm gonna start off using this basic card in Slash. So now, stagger also deals 1 extra damage. So here we have stagger, so this is gonna cause 3 damage total. Scourge Beast enemy action gets flipped over. They perform a basic attack. Now, even if I do have a dodge card in my hand, I still wanna save it. So I'm going to turn over this Hunter Pistol. So I'm gonna use this Hunter Pistol in order for me to cancel out the enemy's attack with the stagger. The stagger from here wouldn't activate first since it is slower than their attack. So here, the quick swipe ability is the fastest at 3 arrows. It's gonna cause 2 damage, but that gets negated with my Hunter weapon. I cause 3 damage onto the Scourge Beast. Just like that. And I'm gonna initiate 1 more attack. So this one's gonna go straight into quick cut. We flip over an enemy action again, and the Scourge Beast does a special ability. Now with the Scourge Beast special ability, I would be taking a ton of damage, but luckily my attack goes first and they're already at 3 damage. So I'm gonna eliminate that enemy before their attack goes through. So my quick cut for 1 damage is going to take out the Scourge Beast. And again, I gain another Blood Echo and also a Corpse Token that I'm gonna put straight onto the hunt mission. This one's gonna go into my Blood Echo pool. And now we have made progress in the hunt mission. So now next it says to reveal card 19 once this card has 2 tokens on it. The next hunt mission reads, Source of the Scourge. Now that we have suitable bait, setting a trap for these instinctive beasts will be easy enough. As we prepare, we should also investigate the havens across the district where the common folk gather during nights of the hunt to see just how far the infection has spread through central Yharnam. When the hunters have collected at least 2 insights this chapter, reveal card 20. So now I need to complete some side missions also called Insight. In order to do that, I have to end my move on certain tiles. One is the Clinic tile, which hasn't been revealed yet. Another one is the Odin Chapel, and the third one is the Great Bridge tile, which also hasn't been revealed yet either. But I'm just gonna go ahead and explore and see what I get. You know what? Things are going unusually well for me right now. I was struggling through the first chapter of Bloodborne. I think I had to redo it like 3 or 4 times because I just kept dying. But I think you're all just good luck because I'm doing unusually well, suspiciously well. Since the Blood Moon, the reset point, is going to spawn monsters all over again, I'm gonna avoid revealing any more tiles and go straight to the Odin Chapel. Now, let's begin turn 4. Going to discard this basic card in order for me to travel or move 1-2 spaces. Discard another one to travel over here to the Odin Chapel, and I'm gonna end at this spot here. Since I ended on the Odin Chapel, the chapter 2 mission card reads, if you end a move on the Odin Chapel tile, reveal card 29. As you approach the old chapel, the smell of warding incense fills your nose. You cautiously press on the large wooden doors. If you have Moment of Mercy, reveal card 30, otherwise reveal card 33. Well, I do not have the Moment of Mercy, so I'm gonna reveal card 33 next. And here goes my first insight mission, which is Shelter at the Odin Chapel. From the darkened corner of the chapel, a hunched and robed figure addresses you. Ah, a hunter, are you? Good, good. I've been waiting for one of your ilk. If you spot anyone with their wits about him, bring him to this Odin Chapel. They'll be safe here. So hunters are also going to gain 1 survivor token when they pick up consumables from these treasure token spaces. These tokens are lost if hunters teleport or go to the dream. Hunters ending a move on the Odin Chapel tile place their health tokens on this card. So where are we? We have 1 main mission, which is to complete 2 side missions. My next side mission is to unveil or gather up consumables and then bring them back to the Odin Chapel. And then my second side mission yet has not been revealed just yet. And the only consumable I have access to is over here in the Tomb of Eden. So I'm gonna discard my final card and travel over here. And that is it for my turn. This advances 1 space, and now with the Blood Moon, the reset point, monsters are going to respawn. So the hunter mob comes back over here. A consumable icon also comes back over here as well. And now begins the next turn. And since I'm out of cards to draw, I'm gonna shuffle my hunter's deck and draw 3 more cards. 1, 2, and 3. Now beginning round 5. So I need to get that consumable icon. I'm gonna discard this card to move. And then discard one more in order to interact with that chest. I'm gonna discard this one. And in the Tomb of Eden space, a special thing happens here. So instead of drawing a random consumable, I actually am going to draw 3 and pick one of those. I have another Beast Blood Pellet, another Pebble, and a Throwing Knife. Deal 1 damage to an enemy within 1 space. I'm gonna take this knife and put these 2 back. Now my mission says when I interact with a consumable, I also get to get one of these survivor tokens. So I'm gonna take this one. And I have 1 more card left, so I'm gonna use this to move 1 more time. 1 and 2. And when I end in the Odin Chapel, I get to drop off my survivors. So this is 1 here. And that's the end of that turn. Moving on. The hunt advances 1 space. I draw 3 more cards. And now begins round 6. So for this round, I need to go to the hunter's mob, take them out, and grab that consumable. So first, I'm gonna discard this card, move 2 spaces, 1, 2. Discard this card, move another 2 spaces. 1 and 2. Now there's no point for me to keep moving because I have 2 cards left. So I can move up to 4 spaces, but I'm gonna need to interact with that token. And when I interact with a space that has an enemy on it, enemy's gonna attack me and I won't have any cards to defend myself. So I'm just gonna take flat out damage, which I don't need to do. Instead, I'm gonna use up all of my blood echoes right now by going to the Hunter's Dream and discarding a card. I'm gonna discard a card and visit the Hunter's Dream. Here is where I get to upgrade all of my cards. I have 3 blood echoes. These are going to be used up for 3 upgrades. Now I can pick any of these upgrades, and as soon as I pick one, it's gonna refill. I think I like this one, Second Wind. This one's gonna heal me too, so this is gonna come in handy. I'm gonna take this one and refill that card. Okay. Oh, actually this one looks really good. Quick change. May transform weapon for free after attack or dodge. I'm gonna take this one and refill 1 more time. And this one actually will look, literally every card that's coming out seems a lot better than the ones on the board. So I'm gonna take this as my 3rd one and refill 1 more time. There. Since I picked 3 upgrades, I have to actually eliminate or switch out 3 more cards from my main deck because I can only have 12 cards at once. What I've been doing is kind of just keeping them balanced. I've been switching them out with the basic form of their cards. So this is basic. Notice how like they have no effects. But for this set, they have tons more stronger effects. Switch out 3 basic with 3 more upgraded cards. This goes into my deck. When you're in the Hunter's Dream as well, a lot of things get refreshed. These 2 cards will get removed and my deck will get shuffled. I can also switch to any side I'd like for my trick weapon, and my hunter pistol also gets refreshed as well. And lastly, I get 6 health back. This one is missing 1 more health, and now I'm back at 6. And lastly, I return back to the central lamp, and the hunt track moves up as 1 space yet again. Now I'm ready to take on the mob. And beginning the next round, I have officially lost count. So what round this is, I'm gonna put it on the screen. I'm gonna discard this card and move 2 spaces, 1 and 2. I'm gonna interact with that consumable by discarding this. I'm gonna take this consumable, and the next one I've drawn is a Molotov cocktail. During my turn, deal 2 damage to 1 enemy in your space. Perfect. You know, this might have been a bad move because I realized I probably should have attacked them first because I don't get to dodge or play a card in response to when they attack me because enemies are smart and they're going to attack you when you're interacting with items. They don't just stand around. So here's for the best. They draw a special. What do you know? I'm about to take 4 damage plus stun. 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. And I have to discard a card or else I'm gonna take extra damage. Here goes that. 5 damage all 1 turn. That might have been the dumbest thing I've ever done so far. Okay, fine. I still have 1 more card left, so I'm gonna retreat real quick and move 2 spaces with my last card, 1 and 2. Now, at the end of the turn, enemies are going to activate. Here's how activation works. They're actually just gonna move 1 space towards me in the same exact pathway that I took. They will only activate if you are in the vicinity of their tile. So as long as you land on their tile, not even the space, but as long as you're in the tile, then they're gonna follow you and pursue you. I got my last consumable. I get my 2nd survivor icon as well. And I need to get to the Odin Chapel. Hunt track moves up 1 space again. 1, 2, and 3 begins the next round. Here's my next set of cards. Play this card in order to move over here to the Odin Chapel. And I'm gonna land over here, drop off my last survivor, and reveal the next card. here is actually completing the mission. Distribute the Carol Rune Odin Rith. Now this one reads, attack gains stagger and may stagger attacks at the same speed. Now there goes one mission. Now I need to keep exploring in order to figure out where my second mission is. So discard this and I'm going to travel this way. I'm gonna move this out of the way. Here is the barred window. This one has a consumable icon and also has one more enemy, which is another hunter's mob. It's gonna land right here. I'm just gonna play really aggressively and just honestly just die. So discard this card and move here, 1 and 2, revealing a brand new tile. Here is the Great Bridge. Here is the Great Bridge and a hunter's minion spawns right here. And I also have a consumable. Now this is actually perfect because according to my mission, I can't complete the Esophagus Clinic. So the only mission I can get is actually the Great Bridge tile, which I just unveiled. Since I ended a move here and I'm going to die in a second, I'm going to reveal card number 35. And this card reads, as you enter the massive bridge, you bear the familiar gunshot of a hunter's firearm. Rushing forth, you come across the sight of a hunter slumped against the wall, firearm raised as a towering figure approaches. Reveal card 36. Now this card is basically going to empower the hunter's minion. He's basically going to cause extra damage and also has to be taken down twice. And then to complete my insight mission card, it says to surround the Great Bridge with fog gates. So now that I'm in the Great Bridge with fog, you can't exit, but you can enter fog. So since I'm already here, I can no longer leave. And on top of that, if I end up in this space because I'm in the Great Bridge, it says hunters may not move out of spaces containing enemies while on this tile. So I'm really locked up and trapped. But the good thing is the hunter's mob can't follow me and enter the fog. And in order for me to complete this mission, I have to take down the indomitable version of the huntsman's minion. But now that my turn is over, he's going to pursue me. So bam, and I die because I have nothing to defend myself against. He's going to reveal a basic attack and I could still live. Actually, I could still live if I use my pistol, but on the next space, it's going to reset everything. So I might as well just take it and go to the hunter's dream. I die going to the hunter's dream. Now for the reset point, the hunter mob goes back to the space over here. This gets repopulated with another treasure icon. So this one, sorry, is a little bit out of frame. So this one's gonna go back here. Another consumable token goes over here on the left side. And the huntsman's minion goes back over here. Since I'm in Hunter's Dream, I gain 6 health back. But unfortunately, I have nothing to upgrade because I didn't get any blood echoes. And even if I did, I died, so I would lose all of them anyway. So moving on to the next turn. Here are my 3 cards for this turn. I'm going to use dash. So now I can move 3 spaces and move 1, 2, and 3 on the hunter's mob. I don't think I initiate combat with them, even if I end the space there. They don't pursue me yet because I haven't exited this space. So I'm gonna discard my next card and go 1 and 2. And then I'm gonna play the antidote, which says draw 1 card and remove 1 poison. I'm not poisoned, but I'm gonna use it to draw an extra card, which is perfect. Now I get some more draw power. So this one says draw 1. I'm gonna slot this into my heavy carve attack, causing 3 damage. It is slow though. Let's see what the huntsman's minion gets. He draws an ability. Now, his ability is Brick Stun. Hunter must discard 1 card or their attack suffers -2 and they cannot dodge. Flip over another enemy action. Okay. Of course, he hits a special. Now, in response, I'm gonna use this card to dodge his attack. And what's really cool is called Quick Change. So now it says I can transform the weapon for free after an attack or a dodge. So since I just dodged his attack, these 2 will go. And this gets transformed. I avoided damage there, but he's gonna take 1, 2, 3 damage, and that's it. But again, I have no cards left to respond to the enemy pursuing me or enemy activation. Enemy's gonna activate, draw an enemy activation card. They do a basic attack. Luckily, it's a basic attack because now I can use my hunter pistol to negate that, and the huntsman's minion gets staggered. Now, beginning my next turn, I'm gonna shuffle up my deck to draw 2 more cards here. And this is my starting hand. So the minion is at 5 health. I need to take him out. I'm gonna go for here, slash, and draw 1 card. So my attack is gonna go first, but let's reveal the enemy action, which is another basic attack. So I'm gonna cause 2 damage to the minion, but I now just realized that the huntsman's minion's special for Indomitable is immune to pain, where it's going to block 2 damage from my attack. To respond to that, I'm just gonna get rid of my Molotov cocktail, which deals 2 damage to an enemy, to hopefully redo that part. Sorry. Let's continue on. So the huntsman's minion is fully healed. I'm gonna attack him again. by using Rallying. I'm gonna use Rallying to put into Quick Cut. That's gonna cause 2 damage, and after I take some hits, I also get a heal too. This dude is like a literal force to be reckoned with. Next enemy action is ability. His ability, Hunter must discard 1 card or their attack suffers -2 and they can't dodge. Yes, fine, I will discard this one. Oh, actually, Cheap Shot comes into play now, finally. If an enemy in your space uses an ability, discard this from their hand and deal them 2 damage. So I will do that. But my attack is still gonna suffer -2 unless I discard another card. So I'm gonna discard this one so the attack goes through at least. And then he flips over another action, so special. Now his attack is gonna go through and it's gonna block 2 damage from me. So I'm gonna take these 2 back out and I take 4 damage. So now I'm at 2 health left, and that is it for this turn. Hunt Track advances yet again. So that was the end of my turn, but again, enemy is going to activate and attack me. I have nothing to defend against it, so here's the enemy action. It's a basic attack. 1, 2, 3 damage. I am now dead again. So back to the Hunter's Dream I go. Let's go ahead and refresh everything here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 health back. This gets flipped around. These 2 get discarded. And I'm gonna switch on over to this side. And I end up back over here for the Odin Chapel. And let's try this one more time. Moving on to the next turn, I'm gonna use dash so I can move 3 spaces. 1, 2, and 3. Move again. 1 and 2. And lastly, initiate combat with that monster. I'm gonna slot this basic card into Heavy Carve, and I get to draw 1 card as well. I draw. When used for non-attack action, heal 2. So let's see what the enemy action draws. A special ability, of course. So immune to pain, and it's gonna block 2 damage from me as well. So our attacks are at the same speed, so we're gonna exchange damage. He only takes 1 more hit because he blocks 2 of it, but I take 4 damage. So he takes 1 hit, and now he literally needs 1 more. Now I'm gonna finish him off using my throwing knife and deal 1 damage. So there goes the Huntsman's minion, finally being taken care of. So since he's gone, the fog is going to get removed. And because I have finally slayed the Huntsman's minion, I now get to reveal card 37. Last minute rescue. Checking over the hunter, he still lives, but only barely. He is not a hunter of the dream, however. If he is to survive, we must get him someplace safe. Place 1 survivor token on the Great Bridge. Here we go. So there's a survivor token. Now I need to get to the Odin Chapel with that token. So I still have 1 move left, which I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna move. So I'm gonna use this to move and I also heal 2. Second Wind allows me to heal 2 when I'm using for a non-combat action. So I'm back at 4 health and I'm going to move here, 1 and 2. I'm gonna take the survivor's token with me. And then the hunter's mob is gonna attack me using a basic attack, but I'm going to use my hunter's pistol to negate that. And then we move on to the next turn. We are literally reaching the end of our hunt. Luckily, we only need to discard 1 more card in order to make it to the Odin Chapel. So I'm gonna discard Adaptive. It's gonna allow me to move 1, 2 spaces. I've now finally ended up in the Odin Chapel, drop off my survivor, and it now says I have completed this mission and reveal card 39. Distribute the Old Hunter's Bone Reward and the Repeating Pistol, my very first firearm, finally. So got a brand new firearm. Ooh, look at this one, the Repeating Pistol. When an enemy makes a basic attack, automatically stagger that enemy, so that's the same thing, but Hunter's turn, discard 1 card to refresh or for free when you transform your weapon. So that is way better than what I have now. I'm gonna switch it out with the Hunter's Pistol and use the Repeating Pistol. Now I also get the Old Hunter's Bone Reward as well. This one says when you are attacked, automatically dodge. Okay, we still have 4 turns left to complete this mission, but we're done now because now it says when you have completed 2 insight, which I have. 1 was the Odin Chapel and the second one was the last minute rescue. So we've done those and now we can reveal card 20. Now time to reap all of our rewards. Wow, is it me or does it seem kind of foggy in here? Interesting. Anyways, the final card reads, Source of the Scourge. From deep in the district, a piercing screech rends the night air. This is not the familiar roar of a scourge beast. With a loud crash, a monstrous figure Oh my god, this is turning out to be freaking Jumanji or something in here, I swear. With a loud crash, a monster's figure lands upon our corpse-laden trap. Surround the graveyard tile with fog gates. Talk about too immersive of an experience. So fog gates surround the graveyard. So just like the Great Bridge, we can enter the graveyard, but we can't exit it. Spawn the Cleric Beast in its space. Ooh, here we have the statue. Cleric Beast here has now spawned in the graveyard. This is the moment that we have been waiting for. Literally trying to get to the final boss. And also causing the fire alarm to turn on. Now, we only have 4 turns left to complete this mission, and we need to get rid of the Cleric Beast. So I don't think we even have time or actions to use to get rid of the Hunter mob. So we just need to go straight for the beast. So I think the wisest choice at this point is to just go straight for the beast. So unfortunately, we have the boss and we have the Hunter mob to deal with. Let's go ahead and start a new turn. So now we have the track advancing over to the Blood Moon reset point. In this case, everyone is already in their original place with no damage, so nothing happens. I'm gonna draw 3 more cards, 1, 2, and 3. And let's begin our final 4 turns. Discard my dodge card to move 2 spaces, 1, 2. I need draw power, so I gotta get rid of this one and enter the fog. So now it is time to fight the Cleric Beast. I'm just gonna try to deal as much damage as fast as I can. So draw 1, but let me tell you how a boss works. So bosses are going to have their own phase cards. Notice here how this one says the Cleric Beast phase 1. So I'm gonna deal with this one first. And then when you damage them enough, they're gonna enter phase 2. Since I'm fighting the Cleric Beast solo, it has 10 health on the phase 1 side. So let's go ahead and reveal the very first phase 1 card, and it is Overhead Slam. Targets all hunters in this space. Before this attack, 1 hunter in this space may exhaust their firearm to place 1 insight token on the Cleric Beast card. This attack deals -1 damage per insight token. Well, I only have 4 health left, so I have to do this. So I'm gonna exhaust my firearm now. So my repeating pistol gets flipped on over to the other side, and then its overhead slam ability is going to deal 1 less damage. So we're also both at the same exact speed, but I still get to draw 1 more card. And unfortunately, it is not a dodge card, so I'm gonna have to take all that damage. So we deal damage to each other, 2 damage for this beast, and I take 3 damage, so I'm at 1 health left. Now, other than that, bosses still function the same as enemies. So I'm gonna use my Beast Blood Pellet to clear 1 attack slot on my board. I'm gonna clear my draw 1 over here on Heavy Carve, and then I'm gonna play Cheap Shot and stagger the beast. Hopefully it plays an ability so I can deal 2 extra damage. Then again, I've never faced the boss before, so I don't know if they even have abilities, but we'll find out. Now, to reveal the next Cleric Beast attack, and it is Lunging Swipe. This already doesn't sound good. Now, this one reads, after this attack, move the Cleric Beast 1 space away. Before the attack, the hunter may exhaust their firearm to place 1 insight token on the Cleric Beast card. This attack deals -1 damage per insight token. Well, I just realized that I cleared the wrong slot. So that's a fail because for Cheap Shot, it was only gonna go through if I was still alive. And also the stagger effect doesn't work because the Cleric Beast attack is faster than mine. So I die and I get sent to the Hunter's Dream. So I'm resetting my health, switching my firearm over to the other side, clearing these 2 cards again. And I'm gonna I'll stick with this side as well. Actually, I'm gonna try to go to the faster side. So let's go ahead and go to this side. Shuffle up my basic attack cards again, and then send my hunter back to the central lamp. Cleric Beast also moves 1 space away, so he's gonna actually be a little bit closer to me. And now the track advances 1 space forward. Here is my current hand. I'm gonna discard Dash in order to move straight into the fog. So I'm going to use Rallying for Slash over here. So that's gonna cause 3 damage for medium speed attacks, and after attack heal 2. I'm also gonna use my Rune, which says on attack, my attack gains stagger and made stagger attacks at the same speed. So I need to get rid of that medium speed stuff that he has going on. So I'm gonna use this, and this gets turned around to the other side. And revealing the next Cleric Beast action, we get Overhead Slam again. Medium speed, 4 damage. Again, I'm going to place a repeating pistol here. And it also says to place insight tokens on the Cleric Beast, so I have 2 of them right now on the Cleric Beast. So its attack is gonna form 3 damage onto me. But the good thing is I'm going to stagger the beast, so I'm not gonna take any damage at all with my Odin Rith rune. So 1, 2, 3 damage onto the Cleric beast. Its HP is now at half. 3, 4, 5 damage left. I'm not gonna play this one on quick cut. So that's gonna cause 2 damage and also heal for 2 because I'm for sure gonna take hits now. Revealing the next Cleric beast action, and it is grab. The hunter may exhaust their firearm again to place inside token. I don't have any inside token, but 3 damage here. Of course, it's fast and it's gonna cause stagger. But in response, I'm gonna play Numbing Mist. So it says here, enemy's attack loses all effects. So I'm hoping that means I can get rid of stagger as well. So I'm gonna use Numbing Mist. So stagger, I think, is gone. And in total, I'm gonna cause 1 damage, 2 damage, and 3 damage here because it says attacks with stagger also deal 1 extra damage. So 3 hits total. So 3 more hits onto the Cleric Beast. 3, 6, 7, 8. 2 more to go, and it's gonna be switching over to phase 2. Unfortunately, my turn is now over, which means enemies are going to activate. And I have no cards left in my hand. I'm assuming bosses will activate, so Cleric Beast activates first. So let's flip over the next phase 1 for the Cleric Beast. It says recovery, remove all inside tokens on Cleric Beast card, block 2 from Hunter's attack, shuffle Cleric Beast action deck. Now the Cleric Beast is going to recover. I'm gonna remove all inside tokens from the card. And also says block 2 from the Hunter's attack, but I'm not attacking, and shuffle the Cleric Beast action deck. Well, luckily, I avoid damage from the Cleric Beast, but the Hunter's mob is also going to pursue me as well since I'm in the same tile. For the Hunter's mob, moving on over closer to me, flipping on over the other enemy action, they're going to perform a basic attack. I have no choice but to take it, so the hit is 2 damage. So here's my 1 health. So now I'm at 4 HP. I only have 1 turn left. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, but at least let's get the Cleric Beast on to phase 2. Okay, so here is my final hand for the turn. Luckily, I'm already here in the space, so I can just keep attacking nonstop. 3, 6, 7, 8. I need to deal 2 damage. Okay, so I'm gonna use my next rune, which is the Bloodstone Shard. It basically adds 1 more damage to my attack. So I'm going to put it on Quick Cut and put this card on there so I can draw 1 more card. That's gonna cause 2 damage total, and the beast already has 8 damage. The Cleric Beast's next action is Lunging Swipe again, 4 damage. But my Quick Cut happens first, and then I draw 1 card, 2 damage onto the beast. That is 10 total. 10 means the Cleric Beast now gets flipped on over to phase 2. Actually, we might still be able to do this. There's 8 health left on phase 2, but it's gonna go insane. So if I can manage to just deal 8 damage somehow, we can do this. So the phase 1 deck is now gone. And now we're switching over to phase 2. I have 3 cards left in my hand, which are draw 1 when used for non-attack, heal 2. I have 4 health left, and I can still stagger. I'm gonna use this card to transform my weapon and heal 2 because I know pretty much all of his attacks are gonna be at least 4 damage. Transform my weapon so I can clear a slot. I'm gonna heal 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now let's bring out the bad boy. So this goes, these go. And this gets turned around to the other side. I need draw power, so I'm gonna play this card on Slash. And the Cleric Beast phase 2 ability is next. Next is Overhead Slam. I'm gonna use my repeating pistol. Actually, I forgot to flip it over when I died, but I'm gonna flip it over again. So now it's gonna cause 1 less damage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 damage total to me. But in response, I caused 2 damage to the Cleric Beast. And I also get to draw 1 more card. Draw, dodge, stagger, and clear the slot. I'm gonna use my next rune, which is Claw Mark, and it says on attack, replace your stack card's effect with +1 damage and stagger. So I'm gonna play this card here, and this one has a new effect, right? So now it causes 4 damage. The Cleric Beast reveals its next card, which is Crushing Slam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. Cannot be staggered. And it says if they dodge, but I just used my dodge card. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am dead. But I still get to dish out 3 more damage. 3, 4, 5. Now my hunter dies, goes back to the hunter's dream. We advance to the final space, which is now going to reset everything. So its damage gets cleared out. This gets respawned back over here. Or my hunter dashboard gets refreshed. These two go off. And I gain 3 more health back. My cards get reshuffled. And my runes also get refreshed as well. All right, I think I said the last turn was supposed to be the last one, but actually we have one final turn to take down this Cleric Beast. So let's draw a final hand. We have to deal 8 damage in 1 turn. First, discard this to move over. So start at the central lamp and over here. All right, so I'm gonna put Cheap Shot over here into Heavy Carve for 3 damage. We draw the next Cleric Beast card and it is Recovery. Remove all inside tokens, and it also says block 2 from the hunter's attack. My attack causes 1, 2, 3 damage, so I only deal 1 damage to it. 7 damage left over, and now I get to also shuffle the Cleric Beast attack deck. So this is gonna be put into Slash. So that causes 1, 2 damage, but I'm also gonna put my Blood Shard in here, so that's gonna cause 3 damage. That's 4 damage total. I don't know if I'm allowed to stack these. 1, 2, so 1, 2, 3 damage total. And revealing the next Cleric Beast action. All hunters in this space must dodge or suffer 2 and stun. I have no cards to discard, so I'm gonna take 2 damage. And then flip over another beast action. Overhead slam for 4 damage. But I'm gonna play the old hunter bone. This one is gonna automatically allow me to dodge that attack. And my attack is still gonna go through at 1, 2, 3 damage. So now the beast is at 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is the end of the game. I have officially lost, which means I would have to restart this campaign in order to play it through. So, quick thoughts. I definitely should have saved some consumables, maybe even gone for more consumables that deal like 1 or 2 damage. I feel like if I had enough, because if I had the Molotov plus the other one that did 1 damage, that's 3 damage, then I would have only needed 1 more consumable, or at least 1 more hit to take down the Cleric Beast. So definitely a big mistake there. Something I need to do for next time. But I hope you all enjoyed this complete extended gameplay of Bloodborne, completing the Long Hunt Chapter 2. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you all in the next cinematic gameplay.